millions have been stung by a scam in the last year, with online shopping, as I was saying before the break, the top trap for consumers. That's according to new research just published by Citizens Advice.
Well, the charity is urging people to be cautious after it found an estimated 7 million people were deceived by a scam in the past 12 months. 26% of victims were conned while online shopping through fake websites or by buying counterfeit or non-existent goods.
17% handed fraudsters their financial information, including bank account details, and 13% gave security details like their passwords, their private PINs or their secret codes. And more than a third said that, quite understandably, they feared being scammed again.
While Alex Wood was once one of Britain's most notorious fraudsters, he was jailed 3 times for his crimes, but he now uses the tricks he perfected to help others avoid being conned. Good morning to you. Thanks
Good morning.
for coming in to talk to us this morning. I mean, well done on the fact that you've obviously turned your life around and you now campaign against this to help people, don't you? But you did steal a lot of money from a lot of people, didn't you?
Yes, an eye-watering sum, and I was committing fraud for, I think, around about 20, 25 years. So during that time, created, lots of victims, mostly companies, but obviously within every company, it's the individuals that you're talking to who are also victimised. So, yeah, scores of people. And
was part of that because it was easy to do?
I found it easy. I was very good at it. And it sounds awful to say that one has been good at committing a crime, but I found it easy, and I found it with the right tools and with the right techniques, for, number spoofing, for example, which can make it look like the bank's number is calling you. I found that made my job very, very easy.
It's interesting. I guess what you were, and out there are many as you used to be, you're the modern confidence trickster.
Yeah.
You are excellent at persuading people that what they're being told or asked for is real. I mean, we were saying earlier in the programme, you had this last week, my wife and I both had messages allegedly coming from the government telling us to get in touch about the winter fuel allowance because we're both old enough, potentially, to qualify for it. It was completely convincing. Yes. Now, luckily, we're clever enough not to respond, but we nearly did. Yeah. We nearly did to say, no, we're not covered by this, and having clicked on, we would have been done. They've become very sophisticated.
You're right, and they even clone. So if you had clicked through, and thank God you didn't, but if you had, you'd have found a clone of the government website, a perfect clone.
Perfect, yeah.
Even with the cookie warnings, so everything is supporting what you would have normally seen on a
like counterfeit money, like very well produced counterfeit money.
Right, yeah.
All right, so fine. The golden rule is if you're contacted out of the blue like this online, don't respond. But what more specific advice would you give to people not to fall for this?
So I think a generally good piece of advice is never trust anybody ever, right? That's maybe not a practical...
It's a sad state of affairs, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terribly sad. I think that there's a number that's been released recently called 159.
159?
Yeah, and I'd encourage viewers to save this right now in your phones. If you receive a phone call and it's your bank and it's the bank's number and they say they're from the bank and they're asking you to make an unexpected payment, hang up. And the bank won't mind you hanging up. They want you to be safe.
They won't take it personally?
No, of course not. and ideally from a different phone, call 159.
What, a phone or a text?
No, call them. Yeah, and it's a switchboard and it will say, which bank are you with? And you tell them the name of your bank and it will connect you with the fraud team for that bank immediately. And if it is genuine, they'll say, yeah, you're trying it now.
I'm just doing it now. Yeah. It's ringing, yeah. Welcome to 159, the service you can trust to connect you with your bank. And then it's asking me to have a click
Don't tell me who you bank with.
No, of course I'm not.
You're deformed,
anyway. Go on.
One of the most common ones, isn't it, is this online shopping scam. We know that, 26% of victims were conned while online shopping, fake websites or by buying counterfeit or non-existent goods. That's a real issue, isn't it?
Really huge issue. At this time of year, I'd really caution people about particularly following links to websites through social media. So, you might see this beautiful pair of shoes or a jumper or something, and you think, oh, that looks lovely, click on the link. The thing to do is, if you see an advert for this garment, go offline, go off social media and Google it separately and try to find that website separately, because a lot of these links are going to fake websites, and they'll even have fake Trustpilot ratings, so they look like they're, 4.8 or something. It looks really, really good. If you go through an independent search, you'll find maybe it's got like 1-star rating and it's got a whole load of terrible reviews. So it's important to come off the social media, don't click through the link and find
Go to Google and see if you can find
it independently. Yeah.
What reformed you? I mean, you were making millions out of this, and you, as you say, you were very good at it. What made you stop?
So it's a combination of circumstances. The most powerful for me was discovering in court the real impact of fraud that I'd had on my victims.
What are the victim statements?
Yeah, victim impact statements and things. And people always, and it's normally fraudsters that say this, they'll say fraud is a victimless crime. And the reason fraudsters say this is they're not leaving somebody bleeding to death in the street and they think the bank's just going to refund the victim straight away. Right. But actually, the scale of the devastation can be profound. And I discovered that, I'd caused people to become ill. And one person I remember described the fact that, if the phone rings, they panic now, and they don't trust people, and it puts strain on relationships and so on. So I now sort of enthusiastically campaign for prevention and detection and protecting the public as much as possible.
Have you sort of said sorry for what you've done? Do you feel regret over what you've done?
Yeah, I mean, everything I do now is sort of born of that remorse.
It's a kind of penance, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, there's nothing I can possibly say to a victim of fraud to unwind that damage. But I think, if they can see that I'm now doing this, hopefully that will go some way to...
And very briefly, just a couple of sentences, because we're out of time.
Yes.
Are the people committing these frauds now, today in 2025, are they homegrown? Are they mostly here in the UK, or are they operating from abroad?
There's a lot of people who are from the UK, but have now moved abroad, so they're arm's reach from the UK authorities. Because
you can do this from anywhere.
Yeah, you can. All you need is an internet connection. Remarkably, spoofing technology can be found on the App Store. There's apps you can download onto your phone to spoof a number. It's supposed to be for...
So actually more could be done then with technology to stop this happening as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the social media platforms can do more to detect these fake websites on their...
So as I said to my missus, who said to me, but it looks so convincing, that's the point.
That's the point.
They are going to look convincing. So if it looks convincing, that's no reason to believe it.
No, of course, no credibility there at all.
OK.
Well, listen, Alex, thanks for coming in to warn people about what to look out for. And also, well done to you now for turning things around and wanting to make sure that other people don't fall victim. Thank you.
Thank you.